Hello everyone, here we are for the third part of my guide on Julia. We were talking about down 1+2 in the last video. So let's move on to the next move, down back one. Down back one is, the concept is just an high crush, and it's not the, let's see, it's -12, still unsafe like many other moves of Julia. So let's try to do this. So this is like Night Crush. I don't like this move particularly, but this could be an idea against the people who just try to jab, or with characters, for example, when you want to be sure about the high crush properties of a move, just have to I think that the perfect character to see if your move is a total high crush, pure high crush is back one. Oh, Steve. So if you try many times, it means how many times can I win the battle? If I win many times, it's good anyway. So you have to be careful because there's also down forward 2, so there is a big counter in that situation. But anyway, down back 1 can be considered anyway a good high crush. And remember that Steve has not a great 12 frame punish. So think about also think about the kind of punishment that your opponent can do after your move, like you do with -14 things, for example, like this. Let me see. If this is -14, for example, you have to first think about your opponent's punish. If it's for example it's about Geese Howard and he's gonna do back 3-2, that's a great punish. So you have to be more careful about doing this move. So let's move on to the next move, the Juggle. If we have to talk about the Juggle, I just do something simple because I want to put things simple here. You can do this if you want to make it simple. Of course, there is something more, but pom. This is better. You have more damage, you see. 58 without the wall, so it's even better. And you can have a long wall carry with with this. If you want to extend, it's perfect because after, remember that after this string you can have dash into down forward, so that's quite good. Let's get back to... I just remind you that this is a guide, so I'm just doing everything. Everything is not prepared. So forgive me, sometimes I just stop. But this is just an unprepared thing. So I just move on to the next move. Oh, down back to 1. This move at the mid-low level is interesting because it's not easy. So high level, they can just parry the second hit because it's mid-low, and you see it's combo. So if your opponent is crouching, he gets the 2 hits. So I have to try Julia. The interesting thing can be at the wall. So let's try this at the wall. Okay, so I try everything just to make you see, to let you see. Oh, let me see. Combo, so natural combo, as I told you. So if your opponent is blocking, is crouched, you will get the 2 hits, and Julia will be -4 anyway. So if the low hits, at least you are if I do this, I am at -4, and all I can do if you want to risk something, especially if your opponent hasn't got a punish of a good punish, 14 frames punish, you can do a power crush, for example, like this. So and I get more damage at the wall. So this could be an interesting thing, but you have to be careful, because if your opponent has got 14 frames punish, it's very risky. So this one is -10. It's not like this. So this is natural combo if only the low hits. So if I'm here, it's natural combo. If your opponent doesn't block the low, it's all combo. Not, for example, standing guard. So he's blocking, but he can still block the mid, but not here, because only the low hits. This is not the same thing, so this doesn't happen with it. It only with the counter it. Counter it is yes. Let me try to be sure, because let me try. Just yes, natural combo, and it's delayable. So I can do a big pause to see. So in this case, we have to look at the window. How big is this window? Let me try it faster. So if I am countered, let me put the counter here. I can't block. So this means that you have much time, lots of time to see if this is countered, and then press 1. So it can be actually a good thing. And let me try. Force blood as well. So anyway, this is kind of good. Another thing I've seen in some videos is you do this. So your opponent has to be careful, but still can do, I think, up back. Let me try. So you have to be careful about doing this if you are intending to do this. And I can interrupt. So not the best idea, but I think it's in some video if your opponent is like to be just still, so doesn't answer back, because you know that if your opponent is entering back to this, with that kick, so it's an option. It's an option anyway. Let's go on. Back one is incredibly particular. I've seen sometimes eating some moves, and it's kind of 18 frames, +5 on hit, and big juggle on counter. So it's anyway safe. So it's lower than this, because this is 15 frames and -12 now with the nerf given to the last patch, but it's a bit slower. Anyway, not that bad. You can have, of course, easy juggles. This is kind of one of the easiest things to do, really. So you can have fun, but anyway, that move is not that fast. So against, for example, characters such as Katarina, that is not the best options if you want to win better like that. Oh, this string back 3, back 2, 3, delayable. So the concept of this: -10, -12, -13. Both the second and the third hit are delayable, but you can use this, for example. Let me try. I'm just trying. In this situation, when there is a long distance up to the power crush, but other than that, maybe not the best options. So this is one of the moves you can use at low level, beginner level, against a beginner opponent, sometimes mid, but nothing special Let me go on to the next move. Oh, double sweep. Controversial move because at a high level it's seeable. This is completely seeable, so don't use it at a high level. They'll probably block it, or if you really wanna use it, you can do it just once to see. But at a high level, they just block. Not to mention the second hit, which is, let me show you. Parryable if you block it. Oh, there is a counter it, so it's parryable anyway. So not the best move. It's the second hit is safe. -8, but anyway. Let me try one thing. Your opponent, remember that you can't parry, low parry if you're crouched. So you have to stand and then parry. Otherwise you can't low parry. Let me try. The counter hit, of course, is a juggle. I just do the simple things. I put this when you are a little bit far from the wall. So maybe not the best situation. Sometimes it's good against the power crushers, for example, Warang and Akuma's focus. But anyway, not at a high level. Anyway, so you have to watch out. As for the low parry, I told you after the first hit, even if you get hit by the first hit, remember that there is this move, which is considered stupid by many players, is not parryable if you are hit by the first hit. So that's difference between Fofo and back 3 4. This was different in the previous Tekken. In the previous Tekken, you could low parry the second hit even if you were hit by the first hit. So that's another different thing. Move on to, and you are at -2. So -2 can be the same of this. I'm just thinking about the consequences of this move. So you can do the same thing and if your opponent answers back with the 13 frames, there is a trade and you get the elbows. I'm trying to do that. I can do maybe this to make it simple. No, this is 11 frames. So not the characters who have Magic 4. Magic 4 is really dangerous. So for example, the Devil Jin can be interesting to do that. I have to be... Let me try again. Okay. and you have a juggle. So if your opponent answers back with the 13 frames move, in this case, after the low, and you do a standing 4, you can have this situation. So after 4-4, sorry, 4-4 and down 4, because it's -2. -2 again. Let's move on to the next. Back 4. Back 4 is a great move. Now on block is -2. We have different situations in the previous Tekken and previous patches. So we have -1, +1, then they nerfed it on -2. But your opponent is not gonna answer that easy after back 4, because he probably knows that there's not a great disadvantage after this. So you can still have something. You have to be careful, and this is a great also as a with punish. So if you are here, that's kind of good range. For the juggle, you have to just micro dash and then down back 3+, down forward 3+4. At the wall is easier because you are closer, like up forward for of Dragunov or Devil Jean's move. Up forward 4, it's the same concept, more or less. So this is very good move. If you are too far, in this case you can 4-4-2 for a floor break. So anyway, very good move. Watch out with the with this, because things are sidesteppable. So don't think that your down 4-1 is invincible, because it is sidesteppable anytime. It is sidesteppable at on some occasions. Let's go on to the next move. Back 1+2. Back 1+2 has been nerfed. Now it is -14, and what's worst is that you are a bit closer to your opponent when this is blocked. So it is more punishable, and watch out, because your characters with a 14 frame punish are 14 frames punish are very scary. So watch out with those characters. Anyway, it's quite a long range and can be used on some occasions. For example, timing is everything, because this is kind of weird. I show you why. Sometimes you think that if your opponent is doing something very fast, just a move like for example, in this case you have to be fast, and you are here, because if you are here, you have to be careful. There's a recovery, particular recovery, so it's not good. But if you do this, you have your opponent completely in front of you. If I show you another example, which is back one, Claudio is advancing, but then he's going back. Here. So if you are here, you have to be careful. If you wait a bit, just less. So timing is very, very particular in punishing with it, because the move is slow and the recovery of some moves is very particular. They can just be a little bit farther from you. So watch out. The juggle is up to you. I would do this in general. If you are far from the wall, I just do this. Da, 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 and then you decide what to do. So you have to make it simple. Even if with Julia, sometimes it's not that simple. Let's move on to the next move. Oh, up for 1 is the one we were trying before, which is now minus 12. Minus 12. Before it was safe, it was very strong. And the question is always about Julia's moves as a power crush. So let's see if it's really so it's not. The distance is very important. You see? It changes. But it's really dangerous to do this. So better to be a little bit more careful with this. Even if Steve doesn't have a great punish. So anyway, this might be worth a try. In this case, you have to chase him with a delayed elbow to get the juggle. So it's like counter it. This is simple, so I'm just doing the simple things. For example, so these are just examples, but it's depending, of course, on the wall approaching, because you can have many kind of juggles. You know, the difficult juggles, but it's not that good if you don't want to miss the opportunity to get a good juggle, to get a normal juggle. So you just I would just go for the simple things. So this is anyway a good move, even if they nerfed it. The hop kick. The hop kick was an interesting thing. Before it was delayable. I don't know if you know it, but there was a slight delay between the first hit and the second hit. Sometimes if you were really good, you can confirm it. in the previous patches. Then they patched it, so it's not confirmable anymore. And the thing is that you can just do the first hit. I mean, the explanation is this one. Where is Julia? When Julia does this or this, I just press 4 now. So the meaning is that you punish with I need a character like this. I need David Jean. So your opponent tend to press anyway to at a mid high level also. They tend to answer back. Let me do the. I want to record this. Pam pam, and I want to record. And the single one. You see? So your opponent tending to punish anyway with the jab, because if Julia does the up forward 4-3 or up forward 4-3-1, they punish it anyway, unless you do just the single up 4-4. So in that case, let me try. So you have to be you can just go for up forward 4, which is safe, and if they answer with jabs, you have this kind of situation. So it could be an idea. I'm just trying to show all the options. Let's move on to the next. Up forward, where is it? Up forward 4-3. The stomp is used, you know, for the I need this is kind of important with the juggles. When you do this kind of juggle, you have to wait a second between the move you're doing before the stomp and the stomp. So David Jean is just like okay. Let me try. Julia. If you have a juggle and you do it immediately after the wall splat, it's not working. So if you do this in a normal situation, which is not this stage, so I'll just change stage to make it do this. it doesn't work. So your opponent can still block and tech roll, can still tech roll and avoid the 4-4-3 following the up forward 3+4. So no, this is too far. If I do this immediately, your opponent will still block this. But if you do pam pam, wait, this is not this is combo, so your opponent can't do anything. As to as an advice, you can just if you are closer, you can do this. If you are closer at the wall, but this is this is going to be in another guide. I will talk about the juggles. So you can just sidestep, fake sidestep to get the right timing. So I just do this. And then you get the right timing to get this, and then this. Of course, it's all combo. You can also have this, but you see it's not combo, so I don't like it. I prefer to go for the juggle, even if sometimes it's can be hard. And this can be interesting after the balcony break, but sometimes you see that it's situational. I've done backpack and then this, so just be careful about the distances and try it every time to be sure that it's working. Let's go on to the next. Elbow. Oh, elbow is probably going to be in another on another guide. Elbow is I think Julia's best move, because it's sometimes, you know, from here, it's there are some high crush properties. Not every time. Sometimes it can be a high crush move, so it depends on the distance. Probably if you are very far, it goes under some moves, but if you are close, it's not, because you are still standing. That's the explanation. And you can have there is another guide I've done about the elbow. It's on my YouTube channel, so don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, of course. Thank you. And remember that there is a guide about the elbow, so you can just jump to that. I'll just link it on this video. So let's move on to the next move. Four-four-two. 4-4-2 is the move. If you see that your opponent after your things just stay on the ground, you can go for it. But it's remember, it's -13, so it's still unsafe. And anyway, you have to be careful. Many moves of Julia are unsafe, so be careful, really be careful. It can be, you know, as I did before, floor break move can be very easy. So you just do this, then floor break, and then if you are approaching to the wall, remember you can get 4-4-3 and then wall. So it's an easy way just to floor break. If there is something, yeah, for example, in a situation like this, your opponent, if your opponent moves in any way, you can just down 1+2. But if your opponent stays on the ground, you can get 4-4-2. So it's just the situation in which you see that your opponent is getting used to doing something, and you change your setup. So this is kind of universal advice. If your opponent is doing something 10 times, you can just get your good answer to that. If your opponent changes the answer to your moves, that's a good opponent. Oh, this is 4-4-3 is one of the moves which are underrated. It is very strong because after this you can have while running 2-1, just a matter of practice, and it's combo. So unlike this one is avoidable because your opponent now can roll back, but not with this. It's unsafe anyway, like I said. -14, so it's if your opponent has got a good 14 frame punish, you have to be careful. But anyway, it's a good with punish move. This is very fast recovery. So anyway, it's good because the range is good because you're advancing, so you get it from a big distance. Before it was possible to do this if your opponent didn't tech, it was juggle, but now not possible anymore. And that's it. 4-4-3 anyway, a good move. Your opponent is if your opponent is trying to crouch because he's thinking you are doing this, so instead of doing elbow, you just do this. So it's mind game somehow. Maybe not the not a great mind game, but it's anyway a good thing to good way to change things. So you're just doing, instead of doing this, you do this after. Remember, after the characters against the characters who don't have a great 14 frame punish, like such as Geese, Xiaoyu, Low. Let me go to the next move. 4-4-4. The new move is very interesting because sometimes I've just seen this, but it's not easy and it's not. You can just do this. So to make things easier, just do this, and I'm trying to so anyway, sidesteppable. Very sidesteppable. So don't think that this is an Omi move. I don't know why they just it's high, so maybe not the best move. It's against probably people who just stand a lot and don't sidestep. +2 on block, which is something, but they can still sidestep after this, or you can just go for this if you want to try something. Of course, if they try to press, you can have a counter 4, so it's kind of interesting. And what else? Maybe there's something here. I'm just trying. If you have a juggle like this, so it's completely changing your juggles. If instead of doing at the wall, '54. I'm having so let me try 46 after at the screw point. And this, but the thing is that you have to make it simple. So if you do something like this, you are really sure about the place you are in the stage, and it's not easy. Anyway, if you want to do this combo, you have to be you have to do starter, then just one hit, and then the screw. Immediately, then 4-4-4. But of course you can do the same with the other juggle, but it's a bit harder. So just go for the simple. Remember, go for the simple. Go for the things you are sure you can do. And to finish this third part, 4-4 1+2, which is a great move with a 13 frame. Anyway, you can do it even if it's just you're just here, because it's kind of fast. And it's wall bounce, of course, you know. And yeah, you know that there is you probably know that there is a particular thing that after this you have 13 frames plus 14 frames, so you have, this is very easy, and you can have this, but you see I'm whiffing. So not that easy. But you can try it. You can have elbow, it's easier because there's a bigger window. And actually you can do this, but to make it combo you have to buffer the first forward, so this is not easy. This was combo, but it's really not easy. So let's finish with this third part, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. So we're going to I do the fourth part in the next day. So thank you so much for following me, and see you soon.